Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to take a look at this rather unique little RC car that's also functions as a Bluetooth speaker. This is a car from DRC. This is the DRC RC car with sound box, and the model number on this guy is the DRC DE48. Like I said, they call it the classic sound box or the RC car with sound box. It's just a little non-proportional car. You have a steering trim here on the bottom. It does have 2 speed rates, but it doesn't really notify you when you've changed speeds on the controller, but it did seem that the second rate did seem a little bit faster. But this functions also as a Bluetooth speaker, which you saw there at the beginning of this video. That was actually the sound from the speaker, not sound that I overlaid on the video. So it gets pretty loud actually, and it's rechargeable here in the back on this micro USB, and they do give you a cable, and you do need to use the cable they provide because it has a little light that goes off. If you just plug it into a micro USB, you'll overcharge the built-in LiPo or lithium-ion battery. I don't know which is kind of is in here, but that could cause a fire. So be sure you do use this cable since it'll cut the power to it when it's fully charged. They also give you a Phillips screwdriver, though you shouldn't have to do anything to need that. And then here's the controller that they give you. Let me set the car down here. Just your typical throttle on your steering, and you've got these two. There's a lot of glare here, but your first and your second speed rates here for the car when you're driving it. But again, it functions as a Bluetooth speaker. You have to switch this little switch here between Bluetooth speaker and the car modes. So where I think DRC kind of dropped the ball here is, why didn't they just make this car function in Bluetooth all the time so you can drive it around and listen to music streaming from your phone or iPad, or put some internal storage in it to load MP3s on it, or even an SD card slot where you can just put it in and just play the songs in the order they're loaded on the card. But the streaming is fine. It's just that you could only set it down and play music to it in Bluetooth mode. When you switch it to car mode, you got to drive it, and then it's just, you know, it's just, there's no sound effects. There's no music with the car. So I think it'd be a lot neater if it functioned both as a car and a speaker at the same time. But again, it's still pretty unique, and it has that classic old, you know, race car look to it, and that's probably why they call it classic. So yeah, this is pretty neat little car. So what I'm going to do is, in here in just a moment, I'll connect it to the Bluetooth and play you some music for a minute, and then we'll take it out here and drive it around the street. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I need to grab an Amazon package here. That's why I paused the video. Anyway, what we need to do now is to test out the Bluetooth speaker. As you can see, this is where the sound emanates from here on the bottom. Off to the left on the switch is your Bluetooth. That's actually weird. It's red. That's your note. And off to the right is flashing blue. That's your RC mode to control. You think they'd use a blue light for Bluetooth. But anyway, all the way to the left, that's in Bluetooth mode, and it'll play that little music. And all I have to do at that point is grab my phone here, go to my connected devices, and see it auto connected because I already have connected to the DRC Bluetooth. So it is all set to go. So let's just go into my Pandora here. I think I had it going. It looks like it's closed, but let me go open Pandora and see if we can stream some music now. Hopefully we can get a good connection to the internet out here. Let's just play. Oh, we got an advertisement coming up. There we go. And there we go. And you just can control the
Hey, mama,
some Led Zeppelin.
Gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove.
It's pretty loud. So I'm just gonna pause it. We don't want to play too much music on here. We'll get some copyright claims for playing, you know, Led Zeppelin and Van Halen over this video. But that's all you got to do. You just go in, and the first time you'll have to select the DRC from the list, and then once it's in there, it'll be saved in your phone or your iPad or whatever. And then when you turn it on, it'll see it and should auto connect. Then you can stream to it just like any other Bluetooth speaker. Again, it's pretty loud. The speaker does, like I said, is on the bottom. So if you're sitting it on a counter or something, the sound's going to tend to muffle against the counter. It's not terrible because it is a bit raised with the wheels, but not much. So I would say, you know, prop it up or even flip it on its side if it's doing that. This would be cool for a kid. It might want to have a Bluetooth speaker and then can grab it and go and drive the car around. As far as the car goes, though, you know, it's just a very basic RC car. It's not slow necessarily. It doesn't have a lot of power. You know, it's not proportional or anything. It's just going to be more. It's sort of a gimmick in some respects, but it's decent. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to go ahead and flip it over to the RC car mode, and then I'm going to go ahead and hold down the power here until the controller comes on, and now it's bound. We should have throttle, and we do. I'll drive it around here and show you guys. It doesn't, the steering, it just seems to steer like not one direction, but almost. It goes both ways, but it's just, there's not much steering diameter on this thing. The steering radius is really large, so let's set it down here, and I'll back up. You can see it's going to need some trimming. That's just the low rate. And to trim this, you have to, let's see, was it going to the left? I think so. So we're going to have to give it some steering, I believe, to the right. Let's hope I got that right. That's better. Yeah, you got to manually do that on the bottom. If you go to the higher rate, you just press this right button. Let's see if we can see a difference. That's faster, see? And then there's a lower rate. It's not a huge difference, but you can see right there, I kicked to the higher rate and it kicked up a little bit in speed. That's not too bad. I mean, steering's not, like you see, that's your steering radius. It's not terrible. And on concrete and a smooth surface, it's actually decent speed, especially in the higher rate. But it doesn't have much power. You cannot drive this off-road. I had trouble just getting to go across my very low-profile area rug in my basement. It went, but it was very slow. And I thought that the car might be really slow at that point. But once it got off onto the concrete, then you could see the car was much quicker. This is all it does. That's why I really feel like, man, if they had just made this Bluetooth active, you just turn it on, the Bluetooth comes on, the car binds to the controller, and then you could stream to it. How cool would that be if you could drive this around and play music at the same time? Yeah, Bluetooth does use 2.4 gigahertz like the controller, so there may be some issues with that. Possibly, you know, interference or something. Hey, filming a video. So yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty all this thing pretty much does. There's not a whole lot else to this. I think the Bluetooth speaker aspect of this is pretty cool. The car itself is just a basic RC car. So, you know, I think they said ages 6 and up on this, and that sounds right. I think even someone 4 to 5 can drive this around. But the Bluetooth speakers can be a little more complicated for a younger kid to be able to connect and do, but hey, they figure out stuff a lot easier than people lots of times give them credit for. So yeah, if you're interested in this little classic soundbox Bluetooth speaker car, there's a purchase link to Amazon and down in the video description. So if anything you buy helps support the channel and you don't pay a cent more. In fact, lots of times I have coupons. So if I have a coupon on this car, I'll be sure to include it, like I did with the Holy Stone that I just reviewed. Holy Stone and DRC are the same company, so this is also from them. So yeah, that wraps up this review of the little DRC car. Be sure, if you're new to the channel, you click the subscribe button, and while you do that, click the bell so you're notified when I do upload new videos. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day.
The power power of the dark side, 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 side.